Now is it visible?
Yeah, now it's visible, but you started the session, sir. We are live actually. We'll wait for 4 minutes and we'll go live because the organizer will be having the slides. But it's visible, sir.
Fine.
Okay. Can you stop the screen sharing, sir? We'll start session another 2-3 minutes. Yes, sir, please. Thank you.
Yeah, fine.
Click the screen again. It will share on the PPT. Rahman sir, we are audible to you, right? Can you speak, sir, Rahman sir?
Yeah. You are audible.
Okay, sir.
Good evening, sir. Kothari, sir.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Fine, sir. Fine.
Sir, we are actually live. So can we start the session, Rahman sir? Because the introduction will go for to me because we are live and we are visible to the audience. So you can start from your end, sir, Rahman sir, by welcoming sir and we'll start. Sir, we can start, right, sir? Sir, you're muted. Sorry, you're not audible. Vinodh sir, you're not audible.
Yeah, now it is audible.
Now you're audible, sir. Rahman sir, we'll start.
Okay. Very good evening, delegates. Welcome to today's CPE meeting on the topic preparation of financial statements using MS Excel. Actually, in fact, MS Excel is an effective tool that was designed to support accounting functions also, such as budgeting, preparing financial statements, and creating balance sheets, etc. It integrates with the external data to allow you to import and export banking information and financial data to and from other accounting software platforms also. So we have with us subject expert CA Vinodh Kothari, sir. Who will take us through the preparation of financial statements using MS Excel effectively. I'm privileged and happy to introduce Vinodh Kothari, sir. Vinodh Kothari is a fellow member of our institute and has a rich blend of experience in practice for more than 14 years. He is an expert in the field of indirect taxes. He is also a visiting faculty at SIRC, National Academy of Customs, Excise and Narcotics, Auditor General Office, Regional Training Institutions, etc. He is an ICAI approved trainer for goods and services tax, presented papers in various SCP seminars, colleges, associations on various topics related to indirect taxes, MS Excel, GST, and including students' motivational sessions also. He has trained more than 15,000 chartered accountants and professionals on GST, Tally, Excel, Google Suite, etc. Yeah, a big round of applause for that, for Vinodh Kothari, sir. He was the past president, Association of Chartered Accountants, Chennai, and he was a committee member of International Chamber of GST Tax Professionals. With this brief, I take privilege in presenting before you CA Vinodh Kothari, sir, who will take us through preparation of financial statements using MS Excel. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Raman, for your very brief introduction. Firstly, I would like to thank the institute for giving me this opportunity after a lot of days online seminar. So I'm very happy to see that in a weekday we have reached more than 150 participants who have come all the way. Today is Wednesday, and looking so much participants is make me very happy. So we all know today that technology is a very important factors of our practice. Till 31st July, many of them had a belief that the dates will be extended, but this time we were also shocked to see that dates were not extended, glitches were very less, and the maximum number of returns filed were around some 72 lakhs of returns were filed in a single day. So this is what the speed at which the technology is working. So we have to cope up with the technology. Today, the speed at which we are working is very slow. Unless and until we don't take the benefits of the technology, we will not be able to do work faster. Earlier, when we were filing the returns, VAT returns or central excise return, we used to give the data to the department. When we used to file the income tax return, we used to give the data to the department. Department will scrutinize those data and then give us notice or give us the orders, whatever reports they are give us the orders. But today, what is happening? Today, the challenge is we get the data beforehand, AIS, TIS, 3B, all the data is already pre-filled, and the challenge is we have to match the data with our accounts and then submit all the returns. So this being the case, this audit season, the last date of filing the return is 30th September. Everyone is facing a shortage of time, not even 60 days left for the completion. And I think almost most of you might have more than 50 or 60 audits. So one day, one audit. The biggest challenge which we face in a financial statement preparation is that lot of time is being spent on the preparation aspect. That is, you prepare the complete the audit, the data is ready, accounts data is ready, trial balance is ready, everything is ready. But when you give it to your staff or your partner to prepare the financial statement, lot of time is being spent on completion of this statement. The reason being that many of them are using the Excel, but we are unable to balance the balance sheet and P&L. Many times I have seen that whenever the data is huge, whenever the number of ledgers are more, and whenever I give it to my staff, they take a lot of time in preparation of financial statement in Excel. They tell me that sir, balance sheet is not matching in spite of we giving a balanced trial balance. And already in Tally or any other software, we have a proper financial statement which is tallied, but when they prepare in the Excel, they get stuck somewhere. And this creates a lot of time, and where the work has to be completed in 1 hour or 2 hours, sometimes it takes 4 hours or 5 hours. And if you have number of branches, more number of branches, then again, the next challenge is that it takes more further time. Excel is one such utility which can complete your day's work into hours, hours work into minutes, minutes work into seconds, provided we change ourselves, we adopt the new changes. Problem is, whenever we sit in Excel, we are comfortable with what we know. We don't want to go to the advanced level. We don't want to go to the next level, thinking that, okay, after this audit season, I will learn. After this audit season, I will learn. I will prepare a template, but that never comes. So my first request is that first thing you have to keep in mind is that today, whatever we are seeing, the preparation of financial statement, I have tried to summarize in such a way that minimum possible time you can prepare the financial statement. Subject to that, certain things, certain functions which are there, you should ensure that you learn, give some time and understand. I'm not going to teach you much big functions, something certain easy steps. So our preparation of financial will be two parts this session. First, some important functions in Excel which are required for the preparation of financial statement, then a sample financial statement, how it can be prepared, and the last part is that I am going to show you nowadays, since the Tally is the software which is used by many of our clients, how to link the Tally data with Excel and using pivot table prepare a financial statement so that any change made in the Tally will automatically get updated in the financial statement. Now, one thing here, if you don't have Tally, nothing to worry. The process which I am going to show you can be used in any other software also. But understand the process, how I am linking, but other software linking may not be easy, but further steps may be easy for you to understand. So hope this is going to help you a lot and help you save a lot of time. So I'll just share the screen.
Visible, sir. Continue.
So is the screen visible? So I request you to please
Yes, sir. Yes, visible, sir. Visible. Visible, sir. You can hide that panel alone. Yeah, so that. Yeah. Continue, sir, please. It's visible.
I'm unable to. Video is disturbed.
So visible, sir. video, if you click on that what we call PPT,
Highlight
we will go
that.
to the backstage. It won't come in. Yeah.
Okay, fine. So fourth part, some Excel functions which we are going to see. Then the financial template we are going to see, and then how to prepare a financial from Tally to Excel or using any other software, and then from that how to prepare a pivot and then link it to the balance sheet and P&L. So the total content is for the purpose of showing you certain methods to prepare the financial statement. Now, see, I have seen that many people till now are using the older version of Excel software. So first thing I would like you to suggest that if you are using 2013 or 2010, better shift it to Excel 2016 or Excel 2019 or to Office 365, because a lot of new features are there in this Excel version, which will help you to prepare the financial statements in a more better manner. Then we are going to use the software Tally Prime for now. How to link it? Similarly, you can use it Tally ERP also, or you can extract the data from any other financial statement also and then link it to Excel and prepare your financial statement. So some functions, first we will just understand this function, and then later on I will show you in the live Excel how I am going to use it. See, these are some functions which we are going to use in the Excel for the purpose of preparation of financial statement. There are many functions available. I have selected some few functions which will save our time. So first function, what I am going to show you is about the function. See, one thing I have seen that many times whenever we prepare a financial statement, we have multiple sheets. So one place we have balance sheet, then we have the P&L, then we have the schedules, then other reports. Lot of sheets we have in the Excel. So whenever we want to link the company name or the address, what we do equal to page up, we select data and then we select the data and then we create a link. Sometimes I've seen financial statements where in the first page, one company name will be there. In the third page, some other company name will be there. In the fourth page, some other company name will be there. Reason is the link given properly. Someone is included. Can you mute? I request the audience to please mute yourself. Yeah, if you have any questions after 1 or 2 slides, I'll just give 1 or 2 minutes. You can unmute your mic and ask the questions. Fine. So why name the function? Sir, is there any option to unmute also? Some disturbance is coming.
Sorry, sir, I didn't get you, sir.
Some disturbance is coming in between.
Okay, I'll mute participants, sir. It seems participants. I'll mute everyone. Okay, 1 minute. It's muted now, sir, so they can't unmute themselves. So whenever we want a response, we'll unmute them, sir. Sorry, you're not audible, sir.
Okay, fine. So name, why we are going to use is that reason is whenever we are linking, if we use the name function, it becomes very easy for us to create multiple links by using the name function. Now, my name is Vinodh Kothari. If I tell you that my Aadhaar number is my name and you have to call me by Aadhaar number, it becomes difficult. Same way, cell reference becomes difficult to remember. That's why we are using the named function. Then the formatting functions, many places what we do is we have to ensure that the balance sheet asset and liabilities total is tallying. Otherwise, some indication or some color should be given so that the difference is being highlighted in different color. For that, we are going to use the formatting function. Then Control G is one function where we have multiple options, which I am going to show you in this Excel. Then the concatenate and the text functions we are going to use. Then trace dependence, trace precedent to find out how the formula or what are the totals from where the data is coming, from where the value is coming. For that purpose, you can use the trace dependence and trace precedence. Then show formula is one function where it will show you the result of any formula in any sheet. Normally, I have seen that when we prepare a balance sheet, we prepare the schedule. While preparing the schedules, we want to check whether the balance sheet has been tallied or not. This balance sheet will be in first sheet, your schedules will be in fourth sheet. You prepare the schedule, page up, page up, page up, and then see whether the total is tallied or not. Then again, page down, page down, page down. So much of time is wasted. Instead of this, so formula is for the purpose of checking in the sheet where is formula available for that purpose. Show formula function we are going to see. Then evaluate formula. Evaluate formula is one function where a formula is given. Say you have taken link from 4 or 5 places. You want to check stepwise value. You want to check what is the first value, what is the second value, third value in that formula. For that, we are going to use the evaluate formula. And then the watch window to watch out the formulas in the different sheets for you to enable to complete the process so that you don't waste time by going page up, page down for this purpose. Then protect workbook, protect sheet. Whenever we are sending this Excel file to some of the clients or the staff for the purpose of their review or verification, better to protect it and send without a password. That can be done. So how that can be done, that we are going to see. We are going to use the pivot table for the preparation of first level financial statement and Power Query to do some formatting in the data. So these are the functions which we are going to see in today's session. Then the financial statement template we are going to see. Now this financial statement template we have prepared in our office. You can prepare you in the same manner you like. But one thing I would like to tell that I have seen that many of them have their own financial statement format template, but they don't have this basic data sheet. Now, what is this basic data sheet is that first sheet will contain all the details about the clients. From there, I am going to use the named ranges and then give the link to the different sheet. So this is what we are going to see, and then this part will come to the last slide. Now, just a second, I'll start the so this is Office 2019. Whether it is Office 2019 or 2016, you can use both the version. What is the advantage in this? That is the Power Query is very good in the Office 2019 and Office 2016. So this is one sample financial statement which we have. We have prepared such kind of format for our individual audit or the company audit or the partnership firm audit, and then we prepare and link the data. So what is that you need to ensure is that whenever you are preparing a financial statement, the first sheet always have a basic data sheet, whatever name you call, general information sheet or basic data sheet. Why is that? We link this data to multiple sheets. Now, generally, some cases I have seen that first page the company will be different, third page the company will be different because of this proper linking not done, and the names have been used from various different links. So what is the advantage of basic data is, so whenever you want to link the partner company name somewhere, you using this data link, you can create a link. But before that, we need to understand the named ranges. Now here, if you see, we have different data, basic data which is required. First is the name of the concern, then the accounting year which we are going to prepare, then the period, automatically formula I have created so that the financial year and assessment year is being changed, then the proprietor name, father name, all these data. Now here you can see this co-name. Can you see this co-name? CO name. I am highlighting this. What is this? This is called as named range. Each and every cell you can give a named range. So you can give your own name. Like for this cell, I have given a name, CO name. Now, what is the advantage is that if somewhere I want to provide the company name, I don't need to go to the link. Normally, what we do, we press equal to, then page up, page up, page up and then select this and then press enter. This is the normal method which we do. But instead of that, what I'm going to do is equal to CO name. Now this becomes easier for me to remember. Once you prepare a template, some 10 or 20 sheets you prepare, automatically you remember the names of these name what you are giving. So it is a customized name, whatever name you want to, you can give. Now how to use this named ranges? To create a name, so wherever you want, just you need to select, say I'll select create one new named range, say GST number, just one for our reference. Select on the cell where you want, go to this name, you can see this name menu here, just change the name GST number. I'm just giving number because already we have some. So GST number, now one name has been created. I create this 333, go to somewhere else. I want the GST number equal to GST NOS. So this is the shop. So I get this. So another method to create a named is control F3. So control F3, control plus F3 is the shortcut key to see what are all the names you have created. Now many times I have seen that when you open an Excel sheet, you will find that outside link is there, update link. So you can find these things will be available there. So those things you can delete, but here whatever named range I have created, every named range is available here. So what is the range? Then what is the value, present value in that range? Then you will see the basic data, that is the reference, which sheet, which row number it is, and what is the scope. If you want to edit the name, that also can be done. Like say for example, this GST NOS, I don't want this name, I want to give some other name. So I can go and select GST NOS, double click edit on this, then I can give the name GST number. So just a sample, and then you can change the name. So control plus F3 is one function where you can create the named range. So two options are available. See, named range, not necessary that we can create only for one cell. Say I want the named range for a particular group of cell, that also I can do. Say I want to select this 4 rows and give a name. So I can give office address, right? So control F3, sorry, control G. So when I press control G, I want to go to office address. I can just give office ADDR. Say I'm going in this place. So I want to see the office address, control G. I said control G is special function. So I type office ADDR, automatically it will go to that place. So named range can be used in many other ways. Whenever you are preparing a pivot table or whenever you're preparing a table, so you want a link, you want to provide a linking anywhere. So named range will help you save a lot of time and reduce the error when you give a linking. So hope you have understood this named range. So like proprietary concern, I have created a name proprietor. So these are the pre-ROP, then address ADDR10. That is for the office address. O means same way for residence address ADDR1R. So you can give your own name. There is no fixed methodology. Choice is yours. Any method you can use. You are free to use any methodology and use it. Same way, drop down menu can also be created like proprietor or proprietorships. So this drop down menu can be created using data. If you want to create a list like a proprietor, partner, company, private limited, using data, select this one, you can see this data validation. In the data validation, select list, and then you can type your source. This I'm not taking now, just for your information purpose. So this way, drop down menu can be taken. So hope this named range, any doubt? Workbook and not the symbol sheet.
There are some questions requesting for sharing the template file. If that is not possible, we will share it after completion of the session, if possible, so that they can practice along with the recording of the session.
Okay, we will share it. Fine, no problem.
This can be shared so that they can also simultaneously practice. That is a question from the audience. If not possible, leave it. It is
Fine. So same way you can see that I have, okay. So same way you can see that I have required details. You can add whatever details. I have even given the auditor name. That is auditor firm name, chartered accountant, auditor, because in our office we may have 4 or 5 partners. So at present we are not going to decide who is going to sign. So as of now, you just keep it as it is. When it is decided, just type the name, membership number, so that everywhere you don't need to go one by one, and then change and waste lot of time. These are small tools. I have often seen staff wasting lot of time, and then they are giving the wrong link, and then the auditor name they are giving wrongly. One place one auditor name, second place another auditor name. If 2 or 3 partners are there, then the membership number is given wrongly. This partner membership number is given for that partner members. So all these error can be avoided if you use this basic data or general data sheet. I think some question is there. So this is first part. Then we were talking about the control G. See, control G, what it is say I am in a financial statement. You want to check where and all your staff has used formula. See, normally what has happened, what is going to what we do is, or most of you do is, you have a trial balance. From the trial balance, you are going to take the link and link it to the schedule, right? So these are the various schedules. In the schedule, you are going to link or sub schedule. That is, we create three level. One is detailed schedule. Second is condensed schedule. Then from the condensed schedule, we link it to the financial statement, so that the detailed schedule as can be given as annexure and need not be given to everyone wherever they are submitting, depending upon the requirement of the client. So wherever the link is there, for the safeguard purpose, to check to ensure that there is no errors, we give the link from the trial balance to the Excel balance sheet and P&L. But smartly, sometimes what our staff do is that they find a difference of 100 rupees. What they will do, they will adjust somewhere in the formula. Instead of giving the link and unable to find somewhere, they will add like this plus 100 rupees. Just a sample I am showing. So now to find out where and all such issues are there, you can just go to Control G. So Control G is one go to option. Then you select special, you select formulas, and then give OK, right? And then you can select home and give a coloring for wherever you have formulas to check, okay, why this he has given additional function here. So this way you will know whether the data is coming from a link or manually typed. So this is what is the purpose of this go to function. So this go to Control G has various options. Always remember Control G, many places I use it if you want to check the blank ranges or the formula or comments or row difference. Lot of options are available, blank cell, visible cell. So a lot of options are available. I am restricting now only to the formula section. So this is one go-to function which you can use it for the purpose to find out in a financial statement whether a formula is used or additional value is used. Now, same way related to formula, here we have seen that it is going and marking you and telling what is the places, where are the places where formula is given. Another option is there where you can go and select the formula, show formula. So you have to go to formula menu. You have to go to the formula menu and you can see that menu called as show formula. Click on this show formula. So here you can see that all the link is coming from the formula only. So here you can find 9 lakhs is being added manually. So you can ask the staff why he has added this 9 lakh. See, the problem today is how to find out where they are making the mistake. These are small problems. You will not know now. Afterwards, you know that when client is telling, sir, I have a difference of 9 lakh rupees, how this 9 lakh rupees is coming, then you will know that staff has adjusted in the last moment to adjust the balance sheet. He has added this amount. So using the show formula function, this will help you to find out where your staff has linked or added value. Then the trace dependence and trace precedence. So trace dependence precedent, most of you might be using. If I want to know from where the formula is coming and where and all, this formula, the data is linked. So precedence means from where the formula, that is how this value is being arrived. So you can select this. So this is the total of this place, right? So this is trace precedent. Then trace dependence, same way, where and all this data is being linked. If I delete this data, what will be the impact? Which and all places there will be an impact? Just double click on this arrow, you will know that okay, this data is linked only to one place. Click on this and okay, you will be able to know where this data is linked. Again, if you want to see trace dependence, again trace dependent, select and then go to, right? So this is where you you find out how a formula is arrived, where and all it is linked, where and all it is dependent. See, in a hurry, sometimes what we do, we delete this data. Then we find that somewhere, some other place, there is a difference. Reason the data is being deleted. So this is one small utility. Next utility is evaluate formula. Now, what is this evaluate formula is? Say you have a data from 2 or 3 sources. Then I create a source only for a reference purpose to make you understand this. So this formula is there. Now there is a formula, trial balance plus E47, G18, G5. You want to see what are all the independent value. Sometimes many times I want to see, okay, what are all the independent value? I know that 4 values been added, 1 lakh plus 2 lakh plus 3 lakh plus 7 lakh, whether all the 4 values have been updated or not. So for that, you can check this option in the formula bar. There's something called as evaluate formula. You can use this evaluate formula and then select evaluate. So you will know the first value is 50,000. Evaluate. Second value is 3,89,000. Then the total of the first two is this. Again, evaluate, you click. Third value you will get. Evaluate. Fourth value. So this way, each and every step can be analyzed using this evaluate formula. Then the next part is the watch window. We are still in the functions part. Why I am taking this part is that so that it is not only preparation of financial statement. One is preparation of financial statement, which your staff is going to do or you are going to do. Second is, as a partner, we are going to check the financial statement. So what are the tools available for us to find out immediately the errors, the links? For this purpose, we have to know certain tools. The next is watch window. Now, what is this watch window? To remove this trace dependence precedence, just save Control S, it will be removed. Now, I am preparing the financial statement. Normally, what happens is, regularly when we prepare a financial statement, when there is a difference, say there will be difference of 100 or 200 rupees, what you do, you go to the other schedule, then change the value, then again go page up, and then see whether the balance sheet is tallied or not. Here you can see the balance sheet is not tallied, right? So here the total value is around 1 crore 24 lakhs, but in the asset side it is 2 crore 25 lakh. So this red color indicates what? The red color indicates the difference in the balance sheet. Same way, if I delete this, what happened? See, can you see this? This is blank, but if I delete this, automatically red color is coming. Why? Because of format cell. That will go later on. First we'll see this watch window. Now watch window, why we use it is, somewhere you are creating a working which is a link to some place, some end result. That end result you want to know at that point of time without going page up, page up, page up, page down, page down, page down, and wasting the time. So what I do is select on the watch window, right? Now you want to create, say, 2 windows. One is to check whether the balance sheet and P&L, that is the difference between the asset and liability, is 0. So what I do is add a watch, and then I select this part, the row or the column, whichever the cell I select is add. So here you can see it is the book name, then the financial statement, then the cell value is F30 and the value is 1 crore and whatever difference it is. Now next add watch I want to keep. You can create multiple add watch level. That is not necessary that only one. So multiple. Now I want to keep a watch on the profit. So I do add watch and then I select the profit area. So net profit is here. So enter and then add. So these two things. So now if I'm preparing schedules, I'm just checking whether the amount is correct or not. So I'm adding 1 crore. I want to see the impact. So that it is increased. So now 1 lakh. So you can see that the value is 0, and this way, without wasting time, watch window will help you to see what is the result without going to page up, page down. See, one time page up, 3 seconds gone. 20 times you do, 1 minute gone. 100 times you do, so much time is wasted. So this is one utility which will be useful for you. Next part is the formatting. So after completing formatting, if any questions is there, we will take. You can unmute. I'll ask you to unmute. You can ask the question, then we'll proceed further. One more thing is, whenever you are preparing a financial statement, the balancing, the formatting, you can use it. Now, what is formatting is, you have an option in home. If you go to home menu, you have this format called as conditional format. Various options are available. If you are using the older version, some different options will be available. If you are using the new version, some new options will be available. So here, what is my criteria? I have to ensure that the value, which value, this F11 minus F29 is 0. So I put a formula here, F11 minus F29. So by looking at it, we know that there is a difference, but once it is highlighted, it attracts our eyes immediately. So how to create this formatting? Very simple. Go to conditional formatting. I'll create another link here so that you can understand better. So here, plus this minus this. So you'll get this value, right? Now go to this format is available here. So I'll put the difference here, plus this F11 minus F29. You get this value. Same way, if I put this value for the previous year minus this, enter. So this is 0. So I want to create a format for this. So what I do is I create a format. New rule. So what is my rule? Format only cells that contain, right? So if the cell value is not equal to 0, if the cell value is not equal to 0, then what I will do is I'll select format. Now in the format, what I'll say is the color of the font should be black. So I select this font, and the fill, that is the cell, should be filled with red color. Okay, and then okay. One minute. I think it is the print preview screen. Since it was in the print preview screen, the red color was not shown. So now I have removed the print preview. So here you can see that it is in red color and black. But what about 0, sir? I don't want in the printing the 0 to be printed. So what I do is go to home, change the color of font to white color. That's it. Done. So by this, what will happen? These kind of formatting will help you to highlight to a particular area. So this formatting, you can use it. So till now, any doubt? Sir, can you please unmute everyone? So audio. Okay, watch window function, what it is? Once again, watch window function. What window function is? Normally, when we prepare a financial statement, there are certain places we want to keep in mind that what is the result. So one place is the difference between the balance sheet and the P&L. So this place should be 0 tentatively whenever you are preparing a schedule or completing the financial statement. This place should be 0. Or you want to check what is the impact of the profit and loss. So once you provide the expenses, all the details, these places, I want to check that what is the impact. Normally what we do is we fill the schedule details, we fill the other schedule, we fill the expenses details, then go again back and then go and check, okay, profit is 188, I think the profit is per books is 3 lakh rupees, where did I make a mistake? Again you go, then make a change. Instead of that, what I suggest is use the watch window. So by using the watch window, you select formula, select watch window, and then create a watch. So I have created 2 watches. What are the 2 watch I wanted? One, the difference between the balance sheet and P&L. As and when I am preparing my financial statement or schedule, on the watch itself, I will know whether my balance sheet is tallied or not. So you can keep it here also, or then move it down also. So choice is yours. If you have a big screen, you can keep it. So just I'm showing you here. Right. So by this, what will happen if you are changing the schedule? Say I'm changing the profit and loss. So I know that the profit is say 3 lakh rupees, but how it is coming 1 lakh? Okay, I made a mistake in this advertisement, so I reduce this 2 lakh rupees. So now the 3 lakh, okay, my profit. I need not go back and then again search whether the profit is changed to 3 lakh 88 or not. So this way you can use this watch window. So multiple watch can be kept. So 1 minute, there is some issue here. So there is difference between assets and liability. I don't want to put in the printing page. The difference in asset and liability, don't want to put in the printing page. Then remove the formatting, change it to white color. But your balance sheet and assets and liabilities will show a difference. Say if you don't want this to be printed here, so I'll remove this watch window. You don't want this to be printed, then you can remove the formatting. To remove the formatting, go to home, then put the conditional formatting, clear rules for the selected cell. That's it. And then change the color of the font to white color. Then this will not be printed, right? Watch window will be in workbook, or it will be no. Watch window will be in workbook only. So wherever you go, you can see in all the sheet. It will not be restricted to a particular sheet. I am showing a watch window. So this is watch window. I am going to this sheet. Watch window is as it is. I'm going to the next sheet, watch window is there, next sheet, watch window is there. So watch window is not restricted to a sheet, but for the whole workbook. Okay, trace dependence and precedence. 1 minute. Okay, what is trace dependence and trace precedent is? See, there is a formula. You want to check from where this formula is coming. So here it is very easy to find out. Some places it will be a little complicated. Okay, this formula, this trial balance. Here if I having 2 or 3 formulas, okay. See here you can see there are formula. So from 3 location I am getting this data. One is from trial balance E77, E97 and E105. So how to find out? I want to go to that link where and all the formula is there. So that is trace precedence. So trace precedence is from where the data is coming. Now what is trace dependence is? Now this data, where and all it is linked. Now what is this data? This data is expenses. Where it will be linked? It will normally be linked to the financial statement, profit and loss account in the administrative expenses. So I want to check where this is dependent, where and all it is dependent. This may be dependent at 2 or 3 different places also. So if you want to check that, you can just select trace dependent. So by selecting this, say before you want to delete some row or delete some formula, you want to check whether this data is not linked somewhere. So you select trace dependent, you will know that okay, this formula is not dependent somewhere, and then you can delete it. So I just double click here, select on this. Okay, I will know this formula, this is dependent on this cell. So this way I can find out and then use it. Conditional formatting for 0 can be white as well. Yes, white also, white only we have given. Request you to give some more examples of conditional formatting. Okay, evaluate formula, someone has asked. Okay, let's first complete this evaluate and go to this next formula, conditional formatting. We had some 3 formula, yeah, this way. Now, what is evaluate formula is, now what has happened is here there are 3 data. You want to check what is the value of E77, what is the value of E97, what is the value of E105. You cannot just go to each and every place, 3 places and then search. Or else other option is trace precedent, then select this, double click this, then one option you have to select and go and then check. I just want to refer 3 values, what it is, why this value is coming. So what I can do is I can just select evaluate formula, which is there in the formula menu. So go to evaluate formula, you can find just evaluate. So what is the first value? First value is 1,01,471. Then what is the second value? Again evaluate. 1,27,005. Again evaluate. Again, so the first 2 total is this much. Again evaluate, you will get the third total and the final total. So by this way what happens is you are able to get an just a brief idea of what is total. Okay, this value is correct or wrong, you will be able to find out. Now same way, some other examples of conditional formatting, one someone has asked. I'll just show you another. Say for example, you want to check, there is a schedule. Okay, I'll take the sundry data schedule. I'll take one name. Control C. See, I want to check whether the data name has been repeated twice in this data sheet. In this data sheet, I want to check if any of the data name is repeated twice, that is duplicated. So I can use the conditional format. One example of conditional format we will take. Go to conditional format. Then you can select cell rules. Then select duplicate value. See, if you are using older version of 2010 or 2007, you have to create a formula for this. Here automatically they have created duplicate value. So duplicate value, what I have to fill in red color, that's it. So what will happen? I know, okay, these are the 2 things. So sometimes you want to find out, see what happens is everything is prepared, sir, everything I have prepared, sir, everything is pakka, sir. Only but 2 name company is repeated twice. How to find out? By this way, you can find out using conditional formatting. So various options are there: greater than, less than, between, text containing. So all these things are there. If I take this, one day we can keep a session on this. So just for our purpose, now we are restricting to limited numbers. This one file. Okay, the name created in one file will not be used in another file, right? Okay. When you are creating a named range, that same will not be used in the another file. But say for example, I am copying this data, say this basic data, I am copying to another sheet. So these already have a named range. So I select this, I copy this, Control C and Control V. So what happened? So here you can see that this will not be pasted, but certain times it creates a link, certain times it did not. But in older version, it used to create the same name. If you have a conflict, then only already, say for example, in this sheet, CO name I'm giving. So again, the CO name, if you are using, then it will show as a conflict. Since in the new sheet, once you create a named range and copy that data into another place, the named range will not be copied. But in case you have a similar named range, say for example, I'll create one and show you. This is ADDR. So I'll create one here. Control V. Control C. Okay, sorry. This will happen when you move the sheet. So what happens is, if I move this sheet, basic data, move and copy, create a copy, then to the new workbook, okay, at that time you can get the name range. If you copy, you will not get. Okay, hope I have solved your query. So when you copy and paste, the name range will not be copied, but if you move the data, then the name range will be copied. Sir, macros I'm not going to take here because macro is a separate subject in itself. But I would suggest that if you want to learn macro, instead of spending time on macro, go and learn Power Query. That will be more useful. I'll show you some part of Power Query. Yes, evaluate formula and watch window together can be used together. Please remove the formula to find manual adjustment. Okay. So manual adjustment, how to find out the manual adjustment? We have gone to schedules, I think. So some places manual adjustment is there. Okay, so I want to check where at all manual adjustment is done. So go to formula, then in the formula, go to show formula. So once you select show formula, you can find here that how the link is coming, and then you have to check this, that okay, this is manual. But there, this what is a, you don't have an option to use conditional formatting and get the data. So maybe conditional formatting, some formula may be there. If it is a formula, give red color. If it is not a formula, or added something, but I have never tried that. After linking the formula, I want the figures to remain unchanged, even if I alter the source data for the test purpose. So it depends upon how you link the data. See, if the source data is from an external source, then you can restrict it. But if the source data is from the internal source, that is the same sheet, then you cannot restrict it. I'm going to show you that part also. Fine, okay. See, I wanted this query session here so that the next part, this will help you. So this is the first part. What are the options available? What are the functions available? What are the formulas available in the Excel for the purpose of financial statement? Now we come to the preparation of financial statement from the trial balance. Generally, you see what happens is most of our clients have Excel, tally data. From the tally data, we generate this trial balance and then the link is given. But the challenge is that where our staff is making mistake or where we are making the mistake from preparation of financial statement, we are unable to understand at certain point of time because this procedure is little complicated. So what method we are going to use it, since most of our client, almost many of our client use tally or any software, then we can use the data from the tally or from the software. So how the data is being extracted from tally or how the data is going to be extracted from software, that we are going to see using the tally ODBC. And similar manner, if your client is not using tally ODBC, then how to extract the same data and prepare this financial statement, that also we are going to see. So I'm not going to link it to this file but to another file. See, first thing is that tally is a separate software, Excel is a separate software. Both are based on database. So everything is database, multiple database are there. So whatever ledgers you create, whatever groups you create, whatever stock item you create, whatever ledger balance is there, everything is available in a database format. So your tally data can be directly linked to Excel using ODBC. So to use ODBC, so you need to understand that first thing is the setup. Some changes you need to make in the system. First thing is that you have to ensure that the bit, that is whether your system is 32-bit or 64 bits. Nowadays, most of the systems are 64-bit. So you have to check what is the bit of your Excel and what is the bit of your Tally. So if you want to check what bit, whether your Excel is 32-bit or whether your Excel is 32-bit or whether your Excel is 64-bit, go to File, then go to More, and here you select the accounts. So once you select the accounts, on the right hand side, you will find this About Excel. So let's click on this About Excel. So once you click on this About Excel, you can find this 64-bit, right? So this is 64-bit version. If it is 32-bit, your Excel is 32-bit and Tally is 64-bit, Tally ODBC will not work. And one more thing, Tally Prime is only 64-bit. It is not coming in the 32-bit. So one thing you need to ensure is that your 64-bit Excel should be there, 64-bit Tally should be there. Then only this ODBC will be working. If you are having a different version of 32-bit and 64-bit, some patch files are available in Tally itself. You can see some YouTube file and then generate. Now I'm not going to take much on Tally and Tally setup of this ODBC and connectivity because it will take a lot of time. Our more focus is on preparation of financial statements. So basic setup I am going to explain you. So first, the Excel should be 64-bit, Tally should be 64-bit, or Excel should be 32-bit, Tally should be 32-bit. Now Tally will be 32-bit in only Tally ERP 9, not in Prime. So Tally Prime is only 64-bit. So what has to be done? So first is that, 1 minute. So first thing is that you have to open Tally as an administrator. So right click Tally. So Tally Prime, run as administrator. So whether you are using ERP 9 or Prime, whatever it is, you have to ensure that it is run in the administrator mode. Otherwise, your ODBC will not be working. So this is our company which we are going to work, a sample company. So now the company is open. To check the ODBC connectivity, you have to go to the help F1. See, first you need to activate Tally ODBC, then only it will work, right? So go to F1 help, go to settings S, and then go to connectivity N. So once again, go to F1 help, settings S, and connectivity N. So here you can see this client server configuration. So first thing, in your system there will be none. If you see in your system by default it will be none. You have to select both. Select both and then enable ODBC port yes. So this number can be 9000 by default, it will come, nothing to worry. So first is that it should be both. Second is enable ODBC yes and the port 9000. So these three things you need to ensure that this is being linked. Then you open your Excel. So open the company which you want to prepare the financial. So this is a company. Assume I want to prepare the financial statements of this data. You can see the balance sheet, the profit and loss is transferred. So if you want your grouping to be according to your financial statement, you can regroup the data in the Tally itself. Now one more suggestion here, whenever you are grouping, making a regrouping of data, do it in the client backup. Don't do it in your copy of your client backup. Reason is this year you will regroup the data. Next year, what will happen? Since you have not updated the grouping in the client Tally, next year same data will come to you and again you will waste time regrouping the data. So whenever you are doing a regrouping, to the maximum extent, try to do the regrouping in the client data so that next year your burden becomes lesser. So this is the groups, multiple groups and subgroup. You can see the trial balance, display, trial balance. So this is with the opening, debit and closing. So our purpose is to prepare a financial statement for Superstar Enterprise financial year 18 to 19. So this first you check company whether you opened correctly, year whether it is correct or not. Now go to Excel. Now since I have opened with the run as administrator, now go to Excel. Now in Excel you have to go to the data tab. In Excel you have to go to the data tab. In data tab you have to go to select get data. Again I am telling, once again I am reminding, if you are using 2013 or 2010, there may be a different menu for this, but the process is same. In 2013 or 2010, the menu options in Excel will change, but the option is available. So be careful about which version you are using. So get data, then from other source, and then select from Microsoft query. Once again, get data from other source from Microsoft query, right? So the same thing is mentioned in this PPT, which I will share with the institute. They'll share with you. So go to data tab, get data from other source, Microsoft. This is what is there. Step by step, we are understanding how to run. So now, when you open the Excel file, this is the Microsoft query which is open. You have to ensure that these two are available. If these two are not available, that means you have not opened the tally in the administrator mode, option 1. Or second is that there is a difference between your Excel and your tally bit. That is, your Excel may be 32-bit, tally may be 64-bit. So this difference you have to sort it out. So I'll select tally ODBC and then select OK. Now, what has happened? Your tally data, which data? Superstar Enterprises for the financial year 18-19. Tally data is linked to Excel. This is the Excel database. If you see, thousands of database will be there in Excel with thousands of data, thousands of rows, thousands of columns. We need 5 data or 4 data depending upon your requirement. So here I'm taking only 4 data. I need 4 columns. What are the 4 columns? One is the ledger name. So I'll show you the PPT just a second. So one is the ledger name. So here you can see how to select. I'll just explain you. One is the ledger name. So ledger name, how to select, I'll just show you. Then the parent group, then the closing balance, and then the primary group. These are the 4 data. And if you want to put the opening balance, that also you can take from the tally data. So 5 data, but here we are working only on 4, because if you take the opening balance, the P&L opening balance will not come. So if you want to take the P&L opening balance, then it is little difficult. Then you have to go to the previous year data, then export it and then do some working. So I am here taking only the current year data. So 2 things we are here. One is that we need 4 data. One is the ledger name, one is the parent group, one is the closing balance, second is the fourth is the primary group. Whichever software you are using, accounting software, whether it is Tally or whether it is Zoho or whether it is any other ERP or SAP or any software, just generate one trial balance in the same manner. One column should be the name, second column this would be the group, third column should be the subgroup, fourth column this would be the closing balance. So this methodology can be used in any data, but this linking of tally cannot be done with different software. The data what we require is only 4: ledger name, parent group, closing balance, primary group. Now how to extract the data? Thousands of columns, thousands of rows, thousands of database. So how to extract this data from the database? That is what I created certain shortcut key symbol. If you go and search, even one day you search ledger name, to find out ledger name, 1 hour you will waste. To find out parent group, 1 hour. To find out closing balance, 1 hour. Primary group, 1 hour. Just to follow the shortcut keys. So how to follow? I have given this data here, so I'm going to show you and explain in this Excel first. So first, what you need to do, type L 4 times. Now this window is open, type L, the L keyboard, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see this is the ledger. So this is a database. So this database contains the 4 data what we want for preparation of financial statement. Second, so what do you get? Once you select the ledger, from there you have to extract the ledger name. So what I said, type L 4 times, select the ledger, then plus symbol. So I have extracted. Then type ledger name, type $N. Now what is $N? I'll tell you. So if I want to go to the starting from, if I select in my keyboard $and S, it will go to the starting from. So this is first letter. Like when you are in Tally, you type T, it will go to the alphabet T. Same way, this is a first letter. Any ledger name, that is any column name, database column name, will start from dollar and then name. Same way, dollar and parent group. Same way for closing balance, $_ closing balance. Primary group, $_P. So this will be the keywords. So you have to type the keywords. So I'm going to type what? Simultaneously $N. So this name has come, double click. Then what do I want? I want the parent group. So what is that? $U. Parent group will not come directly. So one shortcut method I have found out. So simultaneously type $U and then down arrow. So if you type $P, it will not come. So it is creating problem. So $U and then down arrow, you will get this parent. Now what is this parent is? In Tally, you have group, you have subgroup. Subgroup is, so you have the group, the main group is primary group. Parent is the subgroup. Understood? So first level grouping is the primary group. Second level grouping is the parent. Now, next what do we want? Next we want the closing balance. So closing balance, the symbol is $_C. So I'm going to select $_C. So $shift $_C. So this is closing balance. Same way for primary, $_P. So $_P. So your primary group has come. See, if you see this, see how many columns are there in each database. From that, some 100 tables are there. Every 100 tables, some 150 columns are there. From that, we have to pick up this 4 data. Remember this shortcut key and your work will become easy. Now it is very easy. Next, next, next. Don't do anything, just next. Finish. And then select the table. So I'll select this in the first part and then OK. What happened? So this is the advantage of this ODBC. Your data, this Excel data is linked to your Tally. Now I will show the power of this. Now what is the balance? AAA power trader balance is 10,000 rupees. 95,000 is of ABC. Now here you need to know that there will be no debit or credit. If it is a credit balance, it will be a positive balance. If it is a debit balance, then it will be a negative balance. So negative means debit balance. Positive means credit balance. Okay. So sorry. Yeah, positive means credit balance. Negative means debit balance. Now I'll show you the power of this. Now normally every one of you sitting here might have faced this. You prepare one financial statement, complete it after 5-10 hours. You prepare everything and send it to your client. He will come in the last moment, sir, this balance, this amount should not be that, that amount is not there, my accountant had made this mistake, that mistake. Minimum 3 to 4 times you are going to change the financial statement. So hope everyone of you have experienced this. Again, everything we need to reorder, again copy the trial balance, relink, all the things you have to do. So what is this advantage of this linking? Now we have one ledger. What is this ledger? AAA Power Tools, 10,000 rupees. I am making a payment entry. Sir, this entry is forgotten. So I'm changing this voucher entry. So payment, I'll make a bank payment, Canara Bank. So AAA Power Tools, say I'll pay 7,500. So what will the balance become? Balance will become 2,500. Control A. Right. So this entry we have passed on 31st, and then now you go to data. Go to data. Go to refresh and select refresh. Select refresh. What happened? So if you change some 20 ledgers, see the impact. You don't need to go individually and change each and every places. So what has happened? One, control Z, I undo this and Canara Bank balance. What is the Canara Bank balance? So if you see here Canara Bank balance, so Canara Bank balance is 22,720 debit balance. I'll just refresh it again. You can see that this balance is also changed. So this is the advantage of this data. But if you are using a different software, then you need to just copy the data from here and keep it in this manner. So only the tally part is additional. If any other software is that you need only these 4 data. 1, the name, 2nd, the parent, 3rd, the closing balance, 4th, the primary group. Right? Now is the next step. Now we are going to go to the Power Query. Now why Power Query? Now Power Query is one wonderful tool in the Excel which can save a lot of time. See what happens is here you can see this zero balance ledger. Yes, and then you will find some blank ledgers. So these ledgers should not be reflected in my financial statement. Here if you see there are around 677 data, right? But if you see in the trial balance, so how many ledgers are there? Some 220 plus 40, somewhere around some 250 database ledgers are only there. And effectively with closing balance, if I see only some 200 ledgers are there. But what happens when I create this link? Even the zero balance ledger is coming, the blank ledger is also coming. So normally what we do, either we can filter it, but again that is going to create a problem when you do the next set of data. Now this will become a template. Now this has become a template. You don't need to do this every time. Once again, now this file what I have created, if you have created this file first time, next time this process of going to the data tab, going to the Microsoft query, going to the step by step is not required. This keep it as a template file. Then open another company, open this Excel file, save as, then refresh, that company data will be linked. Understood this part? So this is what is the advantage of this. No need to do the repeated works once again and again. Next step also I am formatting it, systemizing it so that you can save the time. What is the next step? I want these balance to be removed, this 00 balance to be removed. So what do? I go to this again data tab. I'm going to the Power Query now. Data tab from table or range. This is Power Query menu. So from table or range. So Power Query, what it is whenever we have a database, we do some formatting. Now, why we do this formatting? To remove certain cells and do certain formatting. Step by step, the data is analyzed, right? So to repeat the step next times. Now, next time when I take some other company and select refresh, from the tally, the data will be linked. Since I have used the Power Query, in the Power Query, my steps are recorded. The next file, automatically all these things will be recorded. So this is the Power Query screen. So I change this name. So this name is tally summary or tally TB. Okay, I'll change the name tally TB. I'll not go much on this Power Query. 1 or 2 things for you now to understand, because if I take this itself, it will take 2-3 hours. So only understand 2-3 things. First, you need to change the name tally TB for you to understand that this TB is from tally. Okay, then what is that we are going to do? You have to select this ledger closing balance. You have used filter, same thing. What you are doing in Excel, same, no formula, no new thing you are going to do. What you are doing in Excel, same thing I am going to do. But what is the advantage? Can you see here? change type. All the steps will be recorded here. I am going to select this, use the filter, untick the null, and then I am going to untick this 0. So now what has happened? Only those ledgers which value has come. Now next part, I want the closing balance in the last, first ledger name, next primary group, next parent, and then the closing balance. So here you can see I have filtered the row. Automatically one formula is created. Now I'm going to change the order. So I'm going to change the order. Primary group is going to the second order, third order is parent, fourth order. So you can see the reorder. So whatever you do, automatically one step will be created. Okay, once again, I'll just show you this Power Query option. And to bring back this to Excel, select close and load. You have this close and load, select close and load. If you are using 2016, it will be only close and load. If you are using 2019 or Office 365, it will be close and load too. So I'll select close and load. So what has happened? Whatever formatting we have done, that result is pasted here. Okay. And what is this sheet? This sheet is your tally link. Right? Two sheets. One is your tally link. This data you are getting from your tally, and this is your, what they say, this is your finalized, summarized TB. Now, once again, I'll just show you this Power Query. I know that for some of you, those who have not used the Power Query, it will be a little difficult. So this part I'll explain you once again. When you have this data, you have to format it. So I want to remove all those things. So for that, we are going to use this Power Query. You can see this is in the table format. So ensure that this is in the table format. That will give you good result. So if it's not in the table format, now how to identify whether it is in the table format or not? Once you select here on the top, you see table design is there. That means it is in the table format. Now I select this, Control C, Shift F10, SSV. See here, this is not in a table format. See what is the difference? Here, this is in the table format. You can see on the top, table design has come. But here, it is not in the table format. To make it to table format, you select this and Control T. Control T, T for table. And this will become in the table format. Now, this is the tally link. If you want to create a Power Query, just go to Data, and then select from table or range. This is the table we are directly from that range. It will create a Power Query. So here you can see this is the previous table which we have created. Same table has come back again. That's it. Okay. So I'm not going to save this. And then what you have to do? You have to filter this. You have to select null and then select the 0. Unselect and then OK, then reorder this level and then select close and load. So you will get this data here. So this is the first part. So any doubt, some 1 or 2 doubts we will take, not much, and then proceed further so that becomes easy for us. Push things. Okay, should we create ODBC for each financial year? Yes, based on, see, normally 1 year, 1 file we will have. Same file you can keep it as save as, and then change the file name. Again, open the tally, open the next financial year, just press refresh, the next year will be updated. Fine, any doubts? Okay, Power Query is available from Office 2013 onwards. So that's why I said Power Query Office 2013. Don't worry if you have an older version of Excel also, nothing to worry. You can manually filter it and then do it. What will happen is the process will not be automated. That is the difference. The process will not be automated. due to ODBC other company. No, Tally ODBC, see Tally and Excel only a link is created to pick the data and show you in the Excel. One thing what you have to be careful is whenever you are using the ODBC, you have to ensure that by mistake don't press refresh. That is, you are working in some file. Now this file, this company super star enterprise I'm working, right? Now this is what financial year 18-19. Now financial year 18-19, the Tally link, if you see, the AAA Power Tools is 2500. So what I do, I change the financial year A17 M18. This is one point of caution. So you go to again Excel. Okay, you will see. Okay, I will just refresh this data. Go and select refresh. What has happened? The data financial year of 17-18 data is being updated in this sheet, right? So I'm just pressing Control Z. So how to log this? If you want to log this, you can go to queries and connection. Sorry, not the queries and connection. So here you have refresh connection properties. So here what you can do is you can disable this. So there is one option just where you can block this. I am unable to recall it. Okay, I'll just check and tell you how to block this refresh option. So one point of caution is that you need to ensure that don't press refresh, or you can log this data. Okay, log this data also is possible. So this data is the refresh data. You can go to review, select protect sheet, right? So select unlock cell, select logged and unlocked cell, and then okay. So this way a refresh will not work. See here, refresh will not work. Okay, so that is one option which you can use it. So this is first part. I'll unprotect this. So again, unprotect. Okay, we are talking about protecting data and unprotecting data. Whenever you send any financial statement to your client, don't do anything, just to protect. Use the protect sheet. If you want password, you can give password or protect workbook and just give okay. That's it. You will not be able to alter any data. Protect sheet, okay. So if you give password, then things become little difficult. So now we go to the next part. See, now what normally I do is I create two separate files. One file for the purpose of linking to Tally, another file for the purpose of linking to financial year, the financial statement. Why I do this? The reason is to get rid of this problem of refresh data. Get rid of this problem of refresh data. By mistake, my staff should not select the refresh. So for this purpose, what I do is now we will go to the financial statement file. In the financial statements file, what I do is I create a sheet. So this is a sheet which we are having. I copy this data. Which data? Tally TB. That is after the Power Query what data I have. Control C and then Control Shift F10. Now, whenever you copy, don't put Control C and Control V. What will happen is this file will be linked. If I copy and paste Control C and Control V, since it is a table, the link to that file will be created. So instead of that, press Shift F10. That is your right click. See, normally I avoid using the mouse because it saves a lot of time. Lot of shortcut keys are available on the scheme. I would suggest that you try to use that. Once you press Alt, you can see H. So once you press H, you can see this other shortcut keys for font FF. So this way, try to use slowly so that you save a lot of time. Same way, now I want to copy this data. Control A, Control C, then paste here. Shift F10, that is right click. Shift F10, right click, then paste special, yes, S. So here I select value and then OK. Alt touch UI. Now why I have done this is so that by mistake when my staff is opening this file, if I create this file directly to my financial statement, then there may be chances that my file will open 10 Excel file and suddenly you will open tally, suddenly you will open a refresher, then all this nonsense will happen and then data will happen. So I keep separate file. One is the tally link file, second is the data, so that my work become easier and I am able to track the changes also. So now I have changed the data here. From this I am going to convert this to table, Control T, and now we are going to learn how to prepare a financial statement from this to pivot table. Now this is our first level pivot table financial. Now why we are creating this first level pivot table financial is to find out whether the data which we have extracted from the tally or which we have extracted from any other software is correct or not. So how to generate or prepare a financial statement from any data in a pivot, that we are going to see this. So to create a pivot, it is very simple pivot. Most of you are using it, but I don't, very few of them are using for the financial statement. So I'll just show you how to create this pivot. So I'll change this tally TB. Okay, now I'm going to create the pivot. Go to insert, then select pivot table. So in a new sheet, pivot is going to be created. Okay. So what is our main aim? To prepare a financial. So prepare a financial, what are the things? Two financials we prepare. Two statements. One is your balance sheet, second is your P&L. Normally what I do is, one, I prepare a condensed financial, that is condensed balance sheet, condensed P&L, then the expanded P&L, then create a link from that data to the financial statement in my Excel, so that my work become more easier and minimum reduction of errors. Right? So now we are going to prepare a financial. We have 4 data. So what is our first thing? First thing is the group, to define the liability and the asset, income and the expense. So I'm going to select this primary group and put it in the row. Select the primary group and put it in the row. Now for preparation of financial statement, so this is pivot balance sheet. Balance sheet condensed, right? So to prepare a financial statement, what are the groups I don't want here? There are so many groups. For assets and liabilities, only certain groups are required. So what I do is I create a filter. So bank account is part of our balance sheet. Capital account is part of our financials. Balance sheet. Cash in hand is also balance sheet. Fixed asset is also balance sheet. Income expenditure is of P&L. Indirect income is of P&L. Purchase is of P&L. Sales is of P&L. Stock we should not provide here. I'll tell you why later on. Sundry creditor is part of balance sheet. Sundry debtor is part of balance sheet, and unsecured loan. So first we are preparing the balance sheet. So now this grouping has happened, right? Done. What is the next step? To group the liabilities separately, to group the assets separately. How to group it? So first I'm going to group the asset. Select on the bank account. You can see this. See the cursor, it is in the plus. Now you go on this, it will become arrow mark. Can you see this? So arrow mark plus, arrow mark plus. I'll zoom it little. So now this is arrow mark. You can see here this arrow mark I select. What are all the group which are pertaining to the liabilities? So what are the groups? Bank account is there. Next is capital is liability. Cash in hand. So you have to ensure that the arrow mark is there. Press the control key. Press the control key in the keyboard. Press the control key in the keyboard. This should be arrow mark and not a plus sign. So now two group are selected. Again, fixed asset selected. Debtors selected. So these are part of what? Assets. So first what we are doing, we are selecting the primary group. Then using the filter to remove the P&L item. Then grouping the items. First we are grouping the asset item using the control key, and then right click and then select group. That's it. Your first group is done. What is the second group? Liability. So now Go on capital. Again, see, this will not work out. You have to ensure that this arrow mark is there. Plus mark, arrow mark. So press, then control, go to duties and taxes. Control, sundry creditor, control key and unsecured loan. Then right click, again group. So normally in your balance sheet, liability will in the top and the assets in the bottom. So what we do is again move to beginning, group 2 to beginning. So I'll rename it to liability. And then I rename it to assets. Now you want to change the order. First is capital, duties and taxes. Unsecured loan you want after capital, just right click, move. Anything you want to move, just move to beginning. Will go on the top and then again right click, move down. That's it. So this is the order: capital, unsecured loan, duties and taxes, certificate. Same way I want the cash and bank. Cash and bank to move to the end, right? So cash in hand, again right click, move to the end. So fixed assets, sundry debtors and this. So now what I'm going to do, I am going to put the closing balance. Just take the closing balance, put in the value or just tick it. That's it, tick it. So already I've explained negative value means what? Negative value means debit balance. Now here you will find difference. What is this difference? 31,34,347 is the difference. This difference is nothing but the closing stock value. Now if you see in this trial balance, stock in hand. So what is the stock in hand value? So since I have passed the closing entries, so here it is showing the closing balance value. Otherwise, if you have not passed the closing entries, it will show you the opening balance. So I don't take risk in the closing stock value. And sometimes the closing stock value as per tally we don't adopt. So normally I don't take the closing stock value from the software or from the trial balance. So what is the closing stock value? Go to tally, go to profit and loss account and see the closing stock value. It is okay. The opening and closing stock both are same. So that is why this issue is coming. No problem. We will change this 31.3. See, be careful about the year. We are in 18-19. This year is 17-18. So I'll change to 18-19. Then go to profit and loss. So opening stock and closing stock are same. I'll change the closing stock value 31,319 as a 29,34,347. Right? Control A. So here you will find in balance sheet some difference. That is the profit and loss partners capital account. It is not transferred correctly. So profit and loss account, I'll just change the entry. So here comes 4 lakh. Some value. Alt F2. So now I want to update this value. You have made some changes. What you have to do, you go to the tally link file. I've gone to the tally link file. I'll save it. File, save as, and then our path I will select tally link superstar enterprise M22 or some year M19. Save. So now what I am going to do, just go to tally link, go to data, select refresh all. Right? Then again go to TB, then again go to refresh all the data has been updated. Now copy this data, go to the Excel file, that is our financial statement, shift F10 SSV. Okay, one more thing here. So here, since already we have a table, I am going to copy from the second row to the end. Control C, and then Shift F10 SSV. So now the data is being pasted. So here 220, just taking it 20, so value is correct. So this has happened. Now I go to the pivot table, just refresh. So now data is updated. Now here you can see the difference is 29,34,347. What is this difference? Go to profit and loss account. So here you can find your opening stock is 31 lakhs, closing stock is 29,34,000. But if you see in the trial balance, so you have this 29 lakhs 34,000. So for this purpose, what I do is sometimes we pass the closing entry, sometimes the client don't pass the closing entry. To avoid all this issue, what I do is I remove the closing stock value, prepare this financial, take the closing stock value from the books of account. So what is the closing stock? 29,34,347. So minus 29,34,347 is my closing stock value, plus this minus this. So there is no difference. Sorry, plus this. So negative and positive. So there is no difference in my trial balance, right? So once again, pivot profit and loss, how to create. So once again, I'll take this data, go to insert, then pivot from table range. So this table is selected. Okay, I'll change the name to this pivot profit and loss condensed. So now what I have to do, we have to select the primary group in the row and then remove the balance sheet item. So bank account is a balance sheet item, capital balance sheet, cash in hand balance sheet, duties and taxes balance sheet, fixed asset balance sheet, and then stock in hand we should not provide here. Then sundry debtor, sundry creditor, unsecured loan, and okay. So now group this indirect income and sales. So these two I have grouped. You can see this indirect income, sales, right click, group. Now purchases and indirect expenses, purchases, right click, group. So now change the name, expenses, income. Then again to group it up, move to beginning, and then purchase should be first. So move to up. Same way sales should be first. Move to up. So this is condensed, then put the closing balance. So if you want the detailed value, that is you want with breakup, then what you have to do is your breakup is with the name. So go and select the ledger name. Now this is condensed value. You want to check whether this is correct or not. So opening stock, closing stock. Why I am providing opening stock, closing stock? In our data, the opening stock value is not there, the closing stock value is not there. So go to the profit and loss account, these two data pick up from there. Your opening stock is how much? 31,34,347. Then closing stock 29,34,347. Then you take this balance plus opening stock minus closing stock and enter. So now what is your profit? I did wrongly. So minus the opening stock and plus the closing stock. So now your profit is tally. That means your P&L is correct. So this step is required. Why? Sometimes what happens is in the data some mistake may happen. So to identify that mistake, we are preparing this pivot, and this will save a lot of time for you and have a proper control. Now this, if I want to expand, this is condensed. So what I'll do, I'll just move and copy, create a copy, and I'll move to the end. Move. So what I did is one is condensed and next is expanded. Now choice is yours. If you don't want condensed and expanded, choice is yours. You can keep one only or two. I keep two because it helps me to understand when the data is condensed. It becomes easy for me to understand. So this is right. So now to expand this, first delete this or copy and paste somewhere else. Reason is this is going to trouble you. I've copied and paste this. Now go to this part. Now I want the expanded one. I'll delete this totally. Fine. This is also I'll delete because once it expands, it will give a problem. So now what are we going to do? We are going to add the parent. Parent is what? Subgroup. So just select the parent, bring it in the bottom, in the last part. So now here you can see in Tally, if you open the balance sheet, expand one level, you can see similar manner this has been expanded, right? And next you want to take the name, so select the ledger name, tick the ledger name, that's it. So this is your expanded balance sheet. This is your expanded balance sheet. Now trouble is it is little difficult to understand this report, capital account, then capital account, and then the secured and unsecured loans. So normally what I do is I do certain formatting in the pivot. So pivot, certain options are available. Go to the design. So once you are in the pivot, see on the top there is design option. In the design option, what you select? Report layout. In the design option, select report layout, show tabular form. So now this report becomes more easy for us to understand. So this becomes little understandable for us to review and analyze. Okay, these are the ledger name, these are the subgroup, these are the main group. And then if you want to remove this, go to again table design, field button, you remove this, removal will go. If you don't want subtotal, that also you can remove it. Go to the design part, subtotal, don't show subtotal. So you will not get the subtotal. This way various options are available. Or if you want subtotal, design subtotal, show subtotals in the bottom. Or if you want top, choice is yours. So this way what will happen is from now what I'll do is whatever linking is there, I have my schedules, the data schedule or the credita schedule, or not this one. This is all taken from the tally part just for you to show. I'll go to this part. This is the data schedule. So now from the data schedule, I want the value. I'll select plus. Now one problem what will happen is when you link this pivot table to your financials, what will be the trouble is you go to page down, and then go to the detailed balance sheet, go to the data part. So this is your creditor and this is your data value, right? So this is enter. Okay. This comes when your formatting is not proper. Sometimes if you're typing something and the formula is coming, that means the format is not proper. Control 1 you press, then go to general and select OK. Right? So this link has come. Now copy this link and then paste it here. So automatically what will happen? All my data will come till the point of time where my data is ending. So many rows I can insert it and keep it one by one. Same way I'll select the value. To select the value, go to this part, plus, then go to the sundry data, that is the expanded balance sheet, and then go to the value. Now problem with the value, I'll show you what is the problem with the value. Enter. Now what is the problem with the value? Can you see the formula? It is giving a formula, get pivot data, all these things, and when you copy and paste, it will copy and paste the same formula. So you should not copy the same formula, but instead of that, what you can do, we have already linked. This is D87. So what is the row number of this? This is E87. Can you see this? AK engineering row number is E87. This one part, be little careful while linking. Don't directly link it to the pivot. When you directly link to the pivot formula gets copied. So I copy this link, Control C, and then paste it, Control V, and change the column to E. I get the value. Now this is data. Data should be positive in my financial statement. So I use minus. Why minus? Because in my financial statement, I'm not going to show my debtors and creditors in the minus or plus value, right? So once I put minus, wherever the positive value is there, that is debtors is having credit balance or creditors, then automatically it will show me the minus value. So by this step by step, each and every item, once you do it, what happens is, if you find any difference, just go to the schedule, check what is the debtor balance here, then go to the condensed formula and check what is the difference. You will be able to find out the differences very easily and very fastly. So this is with regard to the expanded and okay, this also you can remove, go to the pivot design and gen field, right? So this is with regard to the preparation of financial. So one by one link you create it. And now one more advantage here, what it is say for example, you want only the GST summary, you don't want the input output ledgers to be there. Go to design field button, I have removed it. So now I want only the summary. So minus. I don't want the ledger name, minus to link to my balance sheet. Then I can just make this minus and directly give the total value. Choice is yours. So this is the option available to create the pivot. So next time what happens? Your client, you are sending it to your client, and client is telling that boss, these are the changes to be made, what has to be done. Then go to the tally, update the data. This data, what you do is copy and paste, Control C, and then Shift F10 SSV. Then make some coloring for this yellow color. That means this is the previous data. Right now I am going to change the data, say some data, AA power pizza, voucher entry, FI, event, say ABC agent, voucher entry, F6, Canara Bank, ABC agent, 95,000 rupees. Okay, this credit balance, so we are making the payment 95,000 and the balance is 0 now. Right now what you do, you just select refresh data and refresh all. Right, so now you put a formula here to find out what is the difference. So this minus this. So this way you will be able to find out, okay, what are the ledgers deleted or altered. Now this is the problem here, why ABC agent is here. So that means ABC agent is being removed from here, right? Then you change the formula, active power system. So you know that this has been removed, accordingly take the action. So this is only for a control purpose. So various methods are available for a control purpose. So keep the file separately. Now next time you want to do this for some other company, then how to do it? Already I have saved this one file. I want to do it for another year. Just save as, browse, and then change the name to say M18. I want to create a tally link. Save. I'll delete this because this is not going to be part of this. Go to the company, go to change the financial year, A17, M18, then go to data, refresh all. So now the year is changed. So 10,000 rupees closing balance is there, right? ABC. So this again come to your TB, data, refresh. Then already you are having the Excel file of the financial statement, one summary. Same, copy and paste the data here, that is tally TV, copy and paste, and then do a refresh. Now one point of caution, when you are doing a refresh in the pivot, so that's why I am creating this condensed. When you are doing a refresh in the pivot, now in this company there may be only 4 main groups. In the other companies, what will happen is you may be having 5 group or 6 group. So you need to refilter and create this pivot once again. This is what you need to be taken care, right? You need to create this filter and create it once again properly so that the pivot balance sheet can be tallied easily. Now this is for one balance sheet. That means a company is having only one head office or only one tally data. Now what happens when a company is having 2 or 3 or 4 data? Same thing you can use it. Now how same thing you can use it is that now we have a tally data. I'm going to show the same data. So this is tally 18, right? Now assume that this is branch. Assume that this is branch data, and now I want my tally data, that is this balance sheet, this closing balance for the year 19, sorry, the head office, and then the closing balance for the branch office. So what I'm going to do is, this is tally DB. Say assume that this is for HO. I rename this to HO, head office, right? Then create a new sheet. Okay, copy this data. So Control C and then Shift F10 SSV. That is paste values only. Paste values only. Just a second. Yeah, sorry. So this data is now pasted. Change it to table. Control A, Control T. Okay. Right. So this is tally TB branch office. Now I'm going to show you a scenario where you have 2 or 3 tally of the same company, how to prepare a merged balance sheet. Only one additional step. Same way for the another branch, prepare this data. This steps already you know. So I'm preparing a branch data and the HO data. This already I have taken to the pivot. Now this part I have not taken to the, sorry, this I have taken to the that is now we need to create a merger of these two, right? Already we have seen pivot, sorry, Power Query. Using Power Query, I am going to merge these two. How to merge it? Go to the data, then from table. This is what HO data. Go to data, and I'll change this to tally HO, right? Select close and load to. Select close and load to. Now why close and load to? Because I don't want this again in my Excel. So close and load to and select only connection. So this is one step you need to know. Close and load to. Now we are going to the second table, that is the branch data. Go to from table range. So this is the branch data. Change the name. Tally BO, right? So first name was not saved. Okay. Tally HO. So now we have two data. So now what we have to do is, once again, go to close and load and close and load to create only connection. Now what did I do? I'll tell you. We have two tally data, HO data and branch office data. This I have taken to Power Query as it is. Why? I want to merge this data and then create a consolidated financial statement. And when I close this, if I give close, automatically it will create another sheet which I don't want. So here another sheet has not been created, only connection has been created. So now again I'll go to the Power Query. How to go to Power Query? Just double click on this, or you go to the data, queries and connection, double click on this data, you will go back to the Power Query. Now in the Power Query, what I am going to do is merge this two data. What is this two data? One is I want the ledger name, second this primary group, then third is the parent group, fourth is the closing balance of the HO, fifth is the closing balance of the BO, sixth is the total of HO and BO, right? So here 4 columns are there. I'm going to change to HO, BO and total. So nothing great, very simple, very easy. Just right click here. Just right click here. Select new query. Select new query. Then combine. Then combine. We are going to merge. Ledger names are common. So you have to ensure that ledger names are common. That is very important. So ledger names are common. Then merge query as new. Sorry, before this one step I forgot. I'll change the name closing balance. I'll rename this to closing balance HO. Just double click on this closing balance HO. Then same way branch office, double click and HO. Right? So sorry, BO. It is not HO, BO. BO. So I have the closing balance, BO, closing balance, HO. Right? So now I'm going to merge this data. Right click in the blank space, new query, other, so combine and then merge query. Then select the main table. Which is the main table? Our main table is HO. So select the main table, then branch office table. What is common in this? The common in this is name. Based on the name only the value should appear. So whatever common names are there, both should add together. Whatever uncommon name, here it will become 0. So here common name, same way, these are the two common name. I have selected the common ledger name and then OK. See, I am not doing the totaling here. We will do the totaling in the pivot. Right? So this is your data. This is your branch office data. You have this small arrow mark. Only select the closing balance. That's it. Only select the closing balance. Untick all. Select only the closing balance of BO. So now what we have the ledger closing balance of branch, HO, and then the parent group, primary group. So here combined data. I'll change the name. So here combined data has come, then close and load. Close and load. This Power Query part, it may take some time for you to understand, but if you do it, I'll say nothing like that, save a lot of time. Next time only refresh. So now this data has come. Now from this, what we are going to do? Now very easy, prepare a pivot. So go to data, insert, pivot, combine data. Once again, those who have not understood pivot to create balance sheet P&L, once again I'm going to show you. We have here two data. So first we are going to select the primary group, then do the filter, remove the P&L items. So P&L items, indirect income, expense, purchase, because we are preparing balance sheet, sales, and that's it. Stock. Okay. Now group it, select the bank account, select the cash in hand, select the fixed asset, select the data, right click, group. Note the time, how much time I am taking. First time it will take you some time, but once you become expert, hardly 1 minute work to prepare a balance sheet. Right click, group, change the capital. See, that's what I'm saying. Be careful about the arrow, sometimes it will confuse you. So selected, so this is selected, this is selected, right click, group. So change to liabilities, change to assets, and then you see the closing balance of the HO here, closing balance of the BO here. That's it. And then you want to create a formula, that is you want to add both these things and then create a formula. I'll change HO balance, I'll rename it, then BO balance, then I want the total value. So total value of this balance sheet, I can create a formula in pivot itself. For that I can go to pivot table analysis. In pivot table analysis, you have to go to field item, calculated field, and then create a formula, total, add closing balance plus branch office balance. Okay, I think some other ledgers have been selected twice. So equal to HO balance plus closing balance. Okay. So now your balance sheet of both the company combined is done. Now you can create the names if you want, the ledger names or the parent group. You can just move the parent group. In the bottom, you will know what is the breakup. Then the ledger names. So with the ledger names, everything can be created. Then from the closing balance, you can create a link. So this way, a lot of things can be done using the pivot table. So now time is 6:55. So due to our timing is till 7, right? We have till 4 minutes, but question and answer session is there. So now the floor is open to question and answer session. So any queries you can just ask me. You can unmute your mic and also ask, or you can type in the chat box also, the questions box also. So now you can allow everyone to unmute, sir. Get data from Microsoft Query.
Hi, sir.
Unable to get the data from Microsoft Query, request to do a demo at last for the part. Okay, Microsoft Query part. See, that's what, when you do a Microsoft Query part, the settings you need to check. If that window is not available, that is which window I'll show you, whether your ODBC is connected to Tally or not. If you want to check, first the settings you need to check. So how to check whether your ODBC is connected or not? Go to data, first open Tally, in the administrator mode, open as administrator, then Excel. So both the part should be 64-bit or 32-bit. But in Tally Prime, it is only 64-bit. Okay, so now we have opened this Excel. Go to Excel, go to data, in the data, go to get data, from the get data, go to other sources, from the other sources, select Microsoft Query. Right? So till here, no problem. Some of you might face this problem. You will not be able to find Tally ODBC. One reason may be that you have not opened the Tally in the administrator mode. Second reason may be that in the Tally you have not selected the ODBC, yes, and the client and server, yes. So that may be one reason which you need to check. Sometimes for some person, what will happen? They will select this, then select OK, and then select all the ledgers. Then there will be some error. Then there may be some system problem or setup issues. You can check some YouTube video. I also get sometimes out of 10 system, 2-3 system, this problem I face. Then I go and search in the YouTube. I am some solution. I get it. Okay. So hope this is clear. And then how to get that 4 ledgers? That PPT I will share. In that PPT, it is clearly mentioned. If you see in the PPT, it is clearly mentioned what are the different steps, and it will become easy for you.
We'll upload this in our SIRC website, a YouTube channel, so that attendees can it out. So is there any other question from participants who can unmute the mic and
on the question bank? First I will complete it, then we will go on the microphone mode.
Yes, sir, please.
So one person is asking if we update the Tally in same thing will change in TV. Yes, if you update something in Tally, your Tally should be open in administrator mode. Then your Excel should be open. Then you have to refresh. So if you don't refresh, automatically it will not happen. So until and unless you don't refresh, the data in Excel will not be refreshed. Okay. If we open Tally or other company and refresh data, yes, surely if you open Tally and then refresh the data in the Excel, it will be a trouble. That's why to safeguard, what I'm telling you is you create a Tally link file Excel separately, and then the financial statement file separately. Just one additional work, copy and paste, so that your data mix match is not there, and then you don't waste time again reconciling this. Without saving Excel, if I close Tally, will the table? No. Okay. After closing the Tally, you save the Excel, your file will be saved because the data is already copied. Now what one person is asking is that I have linked the data from Tally to Excel. Now I have closed the Tally. Excel I did not save. What will happen? Nothing will happen. Save the data, Excel, automatically the data will be saved. So nothing to worry in this. Is there any difference to use refresh all? Yes, there are two options. One is refresh. I forgot to mention this. One is refresh all. Second one is refresh. Now refresh all means whatever linking is there, multiple linkings are there in your Excel, that particular sheet workbook, that will be refreshed, everything. But if you select refresh only in this particular sheet, whatever refresh needs to be done, not this one. So this one will take. If I select refresh all, this sheet will also be refreshed. Power Query will also be refreshed. This sheet will also be refreshed. Now, if I want to refresh only the Power Query, then I should select only refresh. Okay. So refresh all means in the worksheet, whatever refresh is there, everything will happen. Refresh means particular sheet. What is the reference? That is the refresh. Can we maintain the formatting while pulling the data from the Power Query? Can we maintain the formatting while pulling the data from the Power Query for different entities maintained? I did not get the answer. Can we maintain the format? See, Power Query will come in standard format only. From there only you have to create a pivot and then create a designing of your financial statement. See, 1 or 2 5 statement, it will take some time for you. But I'll tell you, once you prepare this 5 statement, the time you save will be phenomenal. So first 2 times, yeah, new every time it will be creating a problem unless and until you get your proper hands into it. So this you need to check it.
Hello.
I will share with you if Tally is maintained in the cloud, whether ODBCs. So, Tally is never available in cloud first. Tally, how it works in cloud, I'll tell you. There is a server, online server, cloud server. In the cloud server, they give you access. Say, for example, Amazon or Azure, you go to any Tally company, what they do is they give you a linking to the cloud server. From the cloud server, you get a Tally file and from there you can use it. But if you are using Tally in cloud and using the Excel in your system, ODBC will not work. So what you have to tell is to your cloud server person who is providing you the service, you tell him that in my cloud server, I also want to use the Excel. Then only this ODBC can be connected. Some of the cloud servers provide, some of them don't provide, depending upon what plan you are taking, what type of cloud server you are taking. Demo for Power Query, time is 7:03, we'll just stick there. Can we do the same automation for, yes, see, lot of automation adjustment. Now this is only one step I have shown you. I have not gone to the next step. See, this is your Tally grouping, primary grouping. This is your parent grouping. Now you want to regroup based on Companies Act or Ind AS or whatever it is. What you do is just create one more group or subgrouping, and then you give your own grouping. Then based on that, financials will be prepared. So this way you can do the adjustment. See, it depends upon how you use it. This is only as it is data I am using it. Regrouping, what I will do is I'll copy this fully and then paste it here. Only what changes I need to do, there alone I'll change it. I'll not again type everything. I'll type everything here. I know that certain ledgers alone I need to change the regrouping. So I create the regrouping here. I don't use this primary group and parent group. I use my own group.
Yeah.
Power Query using QuickBook data. Your QuickBook data is Excel and then Power Query. Yes, sir. Sorry. Yeah, tell me.
Somebody unmuted mic. Is there any question from audience so that we can take
now
it up?
Now we will take the audience. Someone has asked for Power Query. Now time is 7:05. So if I take 5-10 minutes, we'll go. Anyway, YouTube link will be shared. You can see in the YouTube and go it again so that it will help you out.
No problem, sir. We will share it with the audience along with the files that you shared with us, sir. The day
So
or
any
3 days.
doubts you have, you can just ask me. Now the floor is open. You can unmute your mic, ask those who are unable to type and ask the question. So this is what is the linking. So this also I have shown you how to create this link and then the Power Query, all those things. Power Query also I have given the steps so that it becomes easy, because first time it becomes a little difficult for you to understand. So now the floor is open. You can unmute your mic and ask. So one summarization, I'll just give it to you. Someone has asked a summary. So we have seen today the financial statement, how to prepare the financial statements in Excel. So for that, certain functions we have seen. So what are the functions we have seen today is that the named function, the formatting, Control G for the copy and paste or viewing the go-to function. Then okay, text concatenate function I have not shown. This is a text formula for dates. Then trace dependence, precedent, show formula, evaluate formula, and then watch window, protect workbook, pivot table, and Power Query. These are certain functions which we have seen today. Then first is you prepare your own template. I'll share this template with you, with the institute. They will share it with you so that you can keep it as a reference or alter it as per your need, and then prepare it. First create one template, then use it for a private limited separate template, proprietorship separate template, partnership separate template, and keep it. And then you create what you need to create a basic data sheet and use the name function to create this financial statement so that you can avoid the mistakes. Then to link the data from Tally ODBC to the Excel, first thing you need to ensure is that your Tally and Excel both are of the same bit. So better use the Tally Prime. With Excel version, you have to ensure that it is either more than 2013. If you are using the older version, it will be little difficult. So to open the Excel in the administrator mode and then link it to the open the Tally in the administrator mode, activate the ODBC as yes, go server, both server and client as yes, and then ODBC will be connected to the Excel. So once you go to the Excel, go to the data tab, go to the get data from other sources from Microsoft Power Query. So once you select from Microsoft Power Query, one window will open. In that Tally ODBC should be there. If Tally ODBC is not there, somewhere settings problem is there, reset that problem. And then you have to select 4 data from that: ledger name, parent group, closing balance, primary group. If you want, you can give the opening balance also. So again, for that $_O is the key. Then you next, one table will be created. From that table, we are going to create a Power Query. So go to Power Query, go to the data tab, select the table, then open the Power Query, go to the closing balance, select the filter, select null and zero, untick it, your data is summarized. Then regroup that, then close and load. That file will be created. Then same way for 2 companies, I have explained you how to do this. So this is what today overall I have tried to explain. Hope I have made you understand certain important points in the financial statement preparation, which will help you save time and do your work faster with linking with Tally and updating with the Tally. So thank you for giving me this opportunity. Any questions, you can ask me the questions now.
So we'll wait for 1 minute, sir. If not, we'll close it up, sir.
Can Tally be linked to Word Financial? No, sir. Tally cannot be linked to Word Financial, but Word Financial can be linked to Excel.
We have seen complimentary messages, and there's no question from audience on unmuting the mic. So thank you so much for your excellent time, sir. And Ariya Sivakumar, sir, yes, is there any questions, sir?
I am Shivakumar from Bangalore.
Yes, tell me, sir.
Yes, sir.
Going by the title of the program, I think I was expecting you to deal more with VLOOKUP function. I observed that VLOOKUP function is not used in the whole process. Can you please explain why it is not used?
Okay, I'll tell you, sir. The problem, if you prepare the VLOOKUP function and then prepare your financial statement, is that your ledger name should be typed correctly. So it takes a lot of time for giving because in VLOOKUP you should have one data where you can pick up the value. So if you take a Tally trial balance and then copy the ledger name and then the VLOOKUP and then find out, again you are going to the old process. Now here I have not used VLOOKUP, but instead of VLOOKUP I have gone to the next level of VLOOKUP, that is Power Query. From the Power Query, all your data is picked up. So one place where you can use the VLOOKUP is linking your data from the balance sheet, that is a pivot balance sheet, to the Excel. If you want, you can use it, but I normally don't use that, because for the preparation of financial statement, when earlier I was using pivot table, lot of issues I was being facing, because the formula sometimes the is copied wrongly, all those issues were there. So I did not use this VLOOKUP function. So instead of that, I'll suggest that try using Power Query, spend some time in Power Query, lot of wonders can be done. It is the next level of formatting the data and preparing for your purpose of financial statement.
Thank you.
So hope I have given clarification. Any other doubt?
Seems to be done with the query, sir. And if there is any, if you receive to SIRC mail ID, we'll share it to you. When time permits, you can respond. And since the recording is shared with participants through YouTube or SIRC website, they can rework it and they can clear the doubts, sir, once the template and or else the PPT is shared with us. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Mail me also. I'll try to help with the extent possible.
Please, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much on behalf of SIRC Chairman, Secretary in their absence here and office bearers. Thank you so much for your time spent here, sir. We look forward to have you on a hands-on session physically for members. Once we coin the session, we'll invite you for a physical session, sir, and we look forward to have a full support for the same, sir. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you all for your patient hearing for last 2 hours and getting updated with the technology.
Thank you, sir. Welcome again, sir. Thank you.